All right, tangent ratio. So for this, first thing I want to look at, I want to zoom into this and talk about how I want you to set these up. So looking at this triangle here, you have the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is across from the 90. Oops, here we go. Hypotenuse is across from the 90. So that's the hypotenuse. When you do this, what I like to do is draw a little guy in here. Okay, and the rule is when he's standing, the hypotenuse is the roof. Then the leg adjacent to, okay, so the adjacent is the floor. So he has to be standing on the floor. So this little guy, his name is theta, and he represents the angle. Then this one is the wall. So these are going to be the reference points. So your theta stands on the floor. Your theta stands on the floor, which is adjacent. The hypotenuse is the roof above, and then the wall is opposite of him. So these are the key things that we use when we're doing this one. So tangent is, there's three things we're going to do. There's sine, there's cosine, and then there's tangent. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and then tangent is opposite over adjacent. So you're going to be using these here. So the roof, the wall, and the floor. You'll be using this stuff to answer these. So shorthand way to write this, sine is opposite of hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and then tangent is opposite over adjacent. So this is a shortcut that we use with this. So looking at these examples, we're just doing tangent. So tangent is the TOA. So tangent is opposite over adjacent. That's the tangent ratio. So for this one, if we do tangent of S, that means I'm going to put my theta in this corner here. So tangent is opposite. So opposite is the wall over there. So it's 24, and then adjacent is the floor right below him. It's 24 over 45. Does that reduce? It reduces by 3. So tangent of S equals 24 divided by 3 is 8 and 15. Okay, if we did tangent of R, let's switch color to that. So tangent of R would be in this corner. So now opposite is 45, so tangent of R is 45 over 24, which reduces to 15 over 8. For this one, we have tangent of J equals, so tangent, here's the guy, opposite is 7, adjacent is 5. Then the tangent of L would be this one here, would be 5 over 7. It's just backwards. Okay, this last one's where it gets a little bit more complicated. So tangent of A So remember, when you put the tangent guy in here, he cannot stand on the roof. He can't stand on the hypotenuse. So here's where he is. Opposite is 2, and then adjacent is square root of 2. We can't have this at the bottom, so multiply by square root of 2. You have 2, put this over here actually, 2 square roots of 2 over 2, which is just going to be equal to square root of 2. That's tangent of A. If we do tangent of C, that's going to go over here. So that's tangent. Tangent of C equals opposite is square root of 2, and then adjacent is 2. So that's it. So each of these colors is an answer. That's the tangent ratio. Now when you're finding the value of x, so that's going to wrap it up for tangent. We can do sine and cosine in another video. So for tangent, we need to find the value of x. So x, this is the adjacent. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Adjacent, opposite, and then this is the hypotenuse. Okay, so I'm going to do tangent of theta equals opposite over adjacent. So that's going to be tangent of 10 equals opposite is 5 over adjacent is x. So to get x by itself, whoa, that's not what I meant to do. So to get x by itself, first thing I'm going to do is multiply both sides by x. Then you have x tangent 10 equals 5, and then I'm going to divide by tangent 10. Divide by tangent 10. So that's going to be, this reduces, so x equals 5 over tangent 10. If you punch that in the calculator, 5 divided by tangent 10 is 7.71. Okay, if you got 28.4, then your calculator is in radians and you need to change it to degrees. This is not what you should be getting. Okay, a shortcut for this same one. Let's just get some space in here. Okay, so if I take it from here, this part right here, so tangent of 10 equals 5 over x. One thing you can just do is swap these two. That's the shortcut. This is only when x is on the bottom. So you have x equals tangent, no. You have x equals 5 over tangent 10. And then that's what we had right here. So I'll be using that shortcut from now on, but just know that you can do that. For number 5 here, you have theta. Oh man. Theta is here. So this is your adjacent 64 standing on this floor. This is the opposite. And then this is the hypotenuse. So we'll do tangent of theta, which is 64, equals opposite is x, adjacent is 13. So all you have to do here is multiply by 13. So then you have 13 times tangent of 64 equals x. So when you plug this one in, oops. When you plug this one in, you get, so let's see, 13 tangent of 64. So 26.65 equals x. That's this one. Great. Last one on this page. You have tangent of 31 equals, that's opposite, that's adjacent, equals 24 over x. So I'm just going to use the shortcut here. This stays together, it's one thing, and they're going to swap. So x equals 24 over tangent 31. 24 divided by tangent 31. So x equals 39.94. Okay, so this is the tangent ratio. Which time do I have? I still have time. One thing I want you to do to check these, and it's another step you're going to be using later. You have another formula that's inverse tangent. Still this in pink. So this is the answer I got. If I want to check it, here's what you do. Tangent inverse of opposite over adjacent. So if I do tangent inverse of opposite is 24 divided by 39.94. This right here should give you something that's really close to this number. So same thing with this one. The tangent inverse of opposite is 26.65 divided by 13. Whatever you get here, this should match, or be really close to this number. So I want you to also do this step. This is something we'll do later. Okay. If you're plugging in the calculator, these parentheses usually help. I'm not going to do it on the first one because there's not space, but you get the idea. Tangent inverse of 5 divided by 7.71, and it should give you something close to 10. Okay, that's it for the tangent ratio. Feel free to go back over sections. Use this to get you through what you're doing on the rest of what you're doing.